Here's another piece of brand news. The high-end pen maker Montblanc has teamed up with UNICEF in the fight for quality education for children in Africa and parts of Asia. The brand has created a special edition range of pens, jewellery and leather accessories which will sell under the name Signature for Good. A percentage of each piece will be donated to the UNICEF education programs. They hope to reach around $1.5 million by March 2014. Now, every week on the programme, we like to play some of the best global advertising that has caught our attention. So here are two, one for Volkswagen and the other for Southern Comfort.
I don't want any trouble.
I don't want any trouble either.
You know you forgot to take your mask off, right?
We should probably get out of here.
Introducing the all-new Beetle convertible. Now every day is a top-down day. That's the power of German engineering.
I'm a fool to care when you treat me this way. I know I love you, but what can I do? I'm a fool to care. I'm a fool to cry when you tell me goodbye. You left me so blue when you were untrue. I'm a fool to care.
Finally on the programme this week, feedback from over 300 senior executives in the brand marketing industry responsible for an estimated R8 billion in marketing spend indicates that the sector needs to take urgent action. The industry apparently needs a shake-up to ensure that it brings long-term economic, social and cultural value to South Africa. Well, that's the survey. Let's have a chat about it. First of all, what was the purpose?
Primarily to get an idea of what is the reigning sentiment in the industry and amongst marketing professionals themselves, be they on the client side or on the supply side. So to get a feel for sentiment, and secondly to also pick out what the key issues are so that as a council we can help focus our strategy and efforts on making sure that we're addressing the right issues rather than, I guess in the past we've been spread way too broadly.
Are you all feeling a little bit hard done by? The industry, according to the survey, feels undervalued and under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's
no one love you anymore.
There's definitely negative sentiment that comes through, but I do think we all know that anyway. It's not like we don't feel that there's something perhaps awry or amiss with the industry as a whole. So I think it's really affirmation of what we already know, but it is hard to hear, yes, certainly.
Isn't the general sense that many in your industry, the brand communications industry, whether it's an ad agency or design agency, have simply fallen behind the curve in understanding what consumers want and how quickly they want it?
Well, that is definitely what's coming back from clients. I mean, the client commentary in the survey itself says that we're not understanding the business strategy side of things well enough, let alone consumers who we're meant to understand better than anybody else. So we are further behind. I mean, there are other industry sectors who are getting to grips far better with consumer data and information, like the IT guys, than we are.
Does this mean that you're simply not hiring smart?
I think there is an issue with incoming quality, and if I recall the numbers correctly, I think only 32% of clients agreed with the fact that the quality of incoming talent is is sufficient. It's quite worrying that the intake of talent is not there. Further to that, even when we're getting people into the industry, we're not necessarily providing them with adequate training around commercial acumen.
How do you get better at technology as an industry? That's one of the other big challenges.
It is one of the other big challenges, absolutely. I think that is partly a question of time, but also a question of starting earlier. I mean, I think there are new generations of people being schooled today who, at an early age, I think it would be better if we were speaking to them now about brand marketing and about what role they could play in it, rather than them being snapped up perhaps by the accounting profession or the legal profession or other professions for that matter.
All right, very quickly and in conclusion, this is one of the most honest surveys that has been put out by your sector. So lots of mea culpa, lots of wringing of hands. What are you going to do in the short term, because time is against you?
It's really critical that we make sure that the various industry bodies that do exist and clients and academia and the supply side work together more actively, very, very quickly, to put urgent attention and focus onto the skills gap. That's the critical requirement.
Well worth a read. It's called the Brand Marketing Barometer Survey. It's put together by the Brand Council of South Africa. David, thank you very much for joining us this week. That's this week's program as well. You can mail us with proposals and comments on mags.media@enca.com. Also, please keep an eye on our Facebook page. If you've missed an episode, we are making them available online on a weekly basis. As always, thank you for watching and goodbye to you.
News that moves. enca.com.